how would you guide and advise somebody to, not just guide his own children, but
Yes.
also the future generations into not falling into this insane ideology that the woke mind
So
virus has given us?
as a father, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as a father, lead your home. Do your best to be able to earn enough money that your wife does not have to go into the workforce so that she can raise the kids. If she wants to, if she wants to go in the workforce, that's fine. But be the man and try to work the extra shift, work through the night, deliver the income so that your wife can be a mother to the kids. And finally, you are the one that must be the hawk and say no. Dads are there to say no. And as you know, when kids start to become 3, 4, 5 years old, you have to say no a lot. Not that moms can't say no, but they have a different gifting from the Lord. They are more tender, they're more compassionate, they're more long-suffering, whereas we as men must be the issuing and the ordering of masculine discipline. And I will say this, as young men get older, one of the major reasons we have the violence problem in Black America and in inner cities is young men need a masculine figure around so that they could teach them how to use their violent impulses.
Yes, sir.
A man-on-man mentorship. A single mom, God bless her, does not understand what a man is going through. Similarly, a young woman needs a father around so she could see, hopefully, the type of man one day that she will want to marry. And so you as a father must embody both those things at all times.
A very good friend of mine, he's been a social worker on the South Side, and he's seen himself, he was lucky enough to have a mother and a father in the picture growing up, but he's seen himself working with kids in elementary school, like visible changes in behavior from people who have only a mother in the home or only a father in the home. And I wanted to ask you, as a father, as a husband, what can young men do today to prepare themselves to be a high-quality father and a high-quality husband when
It's a great question.
when they're older?
Okay, stop watching, number one. Save yourself for marriage and improve yourself every single day, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. What I've just said used to be agreed upon morality and simply stated truths that people in America would say over and over and over again. One of the reasons why men are so afraid of marriage is because they're grown infants and they haven't actually become men. Genesis 12 is a great instruction for what we need in men. Get up and go on an adventure. Men need an adventure. Abram was called to adventure by God, and man needs a call to adventure. More specifically, a call to responsibility. Here's the test of whether or not you have responsibility in your life. If you don't show up to something, will somebody miss you? If the answer is no, you do not have responsibility in your life. Find it. Go find a job where if you don't show up, somebody's going to have a tough day. Go find a friend that needs you so badly that if you don't show up, they're going to have a tough day. We have a society where if you go missing, people can go on their happy way. That is a society without responsibility.
What is your favorite thing about being a girl dad?
First of all, it shows you how weak you actually are when you love somebody so much. It also, you realize as a father that the world is a very dangerous place, and it really gives you conviction to go fight and build a better country. And so, I love both my kids. My daughter wants to help my wife, and she wants to cook, and she wants to, be neat. This was from a young age. My son wants pure destruction. It's like an attempt not to have him be able to kill himself every 3 hours. Like, oh, fork right into the, the outlet. He walks around with a club and my daughter is so just like gentle and caring. God made us different, and those differences are beautiful, everybody. Thank you.
With gentle parenting, and then you have like abusive homes, what is the balance of biblical discipline and love?
Most important thing as a parent is that you must instill self-control, not self-esteem for your kid. Whatever it takes, you must have them understand the power of restraint, which is a fruit of the Spirit. Remember, self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. That's much easier said than done, right? I could tell you more about what not to do and what we're not doing than what we're doing, because we're still figuring it out, but we know what not to do. Yeah. It is a civilizational tragedy when Eric and I go out with our 2 kids to eat, and we go look at another family, and everyone has their eyes on a screen.
It's so sad.
It is so beyond, I don't want to sound judgmental. Maybe they had like a long day at work or something. I really find no excuse whatsoever, because these kids put on these headphones and they just escape reality, staring at these screens all day long, and it's really, really bad, everybody. Yeah. And it's totally unnecessary. We have a very hyperactive 2-year-old. You have to just
have them color something. Have them, right?
I bring an arsenal of a backpack.
Yes.
I have Play-Doh. I have paints. I have anything you can imagine.
Totally.
You just load up that bag, and but you're teaching them. You make it fun. Here's your fancy napkin. You get to order. Like, this is really special. If they have to get up and go outside and run around, so be it. But you're teaching them how to interact with adults. You're teaching them how to be patient. If you're putting a screen in front of them, you're teaching them a way to escape.
The data shows this, but we anecdotally can confirm this. Even like 5 minutes of screen time, they get brattier.
Yeah.
They get more unruly. They just kind of get disconnected from where they are. We could see a total behavioral difference with our daughter as soon as there's like a screen introduced.
Even if it's just Spotify. Like, even if she's like, I want to choose my song. Do you want to build a snowman? But like 5 minutes later, she's like, you can't.
Yeah, it's like she's droned in.
Right.
So we have one screen for the whole family, central, and it's same as Matt Walsh, and I kind of got this from him. There's agreed upon stuff that we're allowed to watch as a family, and it's a very, very short list, right? It's like Bob Ross,
Cubs.
Mr. Rogers, and then the Chicago Cubs.
And the Charlie Kirk show.
Yeah, and the Charlie Kirk show. And we don't allow it later in the day unless the Cubs are playing. That's a whole separate issue. They happen to be good this year. And then maybe some college football. But that's like, we're so careful because that we can do the whole parenting. But as far as this is a very difficult thing, and it's very hard actually. But it must be said, you are not your kid's friend.
Right.
That is like, it is. I know it sounds easy to hear. You are their parent. It is an up and down relationship. It is not a horizontal one. You are not their equal. And I see in public sometimes these parenting displays that it's so sad, where it's just placation. The parent is being held hostage by the child. It is like a ongoing blackmail operation. No, I'm not kidding. Where it's like, give me candy or else I riot. It's like completely different than like it's no different than BLM. It's like, give me something or else I'm going to tear
burn the place down.
No, seriously. It's like, no, you need rules and order. And like, Erica's been amazing. You deserve so much credit. Like, sometimes you leave the restaurant. Mm-hmm. Sometimes like, nope, we're done. Actually, you made a fool of yourself. We're done. We gave you one last warning, right? And final thing is that, and Alex Clark has been phenomenal on this. She deserves a lot of credit. She does. And it's informed us, amongst Bobby Kennedy and others, what you are putting into your kids really matters. Especially sugar, carbohydrates, how they behave. If you feed them good stuff, parenting becomes easier. Not easy, but easier.
Truly, truly.
As a Christian, what music and media would you recommend allowing into your home in a culture that is just so focused on immorality rather than the traditional principles that we see?
That's a great question. Phenomenal. So for our kids, we only allow classical music, praise music, or a very couple exception old songs. So my daughter loves Dolly Parton, so we play Jolene. My son loves It's a Man's World by James Brown with Pavarotti. Great song to raise a son on, by the way. Besides that, though, modern music is complete filth and garbage. Anything that has been published in the last 10 years, and you say, oh, country music. I barely consider that to be music, to be honest. I know sorry. It's just the way it is. It's the way it is. It's very hard to listen to. It's an affront to my senses, actually. And it's fine, you don't have to agree. But you as a parent need to guard yourself first. The music you listen to, you notice you memorize all these lyrics. By the way, it also matters the type of Christian worship music you're listening to. Some of this Christian worship music is all about like, I, me. Everybody, your Christian music should also be biblically consistent and glorify God as well. So look, here's the key. Classical music, Haydn, Mozart, Bach, at the top of every one of their compositions, they said, glory be to God. We do not listen to classical music enough in the West. It's time for us to stop listening to rap music and this degenerate hip-hop stuff and go back to the music that built our civilization. Thank you so much.
Thank you so